We're going to open up by actually playing the video that has really taken X and the internet by storm. You guys have all probably seen this over your feed. This is Nancy Mace at Capitol Hill. Let's go ahead and play this video.
Let's do it.
Really quick. So.
Biological. That's so.
This is Nancy Mace.
That's a woman.
Slapping a sign that says
Nancy.
biological.
Nice, Nancy.
On top of the female bathrooms at Capitol Hill. Now, for those of you who can't see what we're seeing right now, you did not see their reactions.
Because it went from so hot to so not so quick.
All right, let's go ahead and pull this one up. So this reaction and this video that Nancy Mace made slapping the biological sticker over the female restroom is in response to Sarah McBride, formerly known as Tim McBride, who is actually the very first openly transgender person to join Congress.
Boo.
Brandon, boo. We should clap.
Brandon is unhinged.
No. So essentially what happened is in response, Nancy Mace proposed a piece of legislation that would essentially block any biological males from using female spaces and vice versa as well. It doesn't just go one way. So we can pull this up on the screen. This is a quick little snapshot and a post that Nancy made on X. Biological men do not belong in private women's spaces, period, full stop. End of story. And of course, as to be expected, everybody on the left is coming for her right now, using the favorite term that they all love to throw around, which is transphobe. She's being labeled as a transphobe left and right. However, she's doing a very good job at actually standing her ground. We're going to play a quick video now of her being accosted by the media, asking her about this defamatory and, discriminatory bill that she's proposing. And I just love her response. She's so principled, grounded, and she replies with a lot of poise. So let's play this.
Let's go.
With your piece of legislation about banning women from using...
100% yes.
My question to you is...
And it doesn't go far enough. I'll be filing more bills.
You have said that it was created in response to Congresswoman-elect McBride.
100%. And
But should legislation be created targeted at one specific person?
It doesn't mention anyone in the legislation, but
you've said it was aimed at her.
Guy.
No, I have said it's a result of this. I'm not going to allow biological men into women's private spaces. I will stand in the brink and stand in the way of anyone on the radical left who thinks that it's okay for a penis to be in a women's locker room or a bathroom or a changing room. Hell no. I am not going to stand for it. And the Speaker said it would be in the House rules package. If it's not, I'll be ready with a motion, a privileged motion to force a vote on this. This is not okay. I'm a survivor of rape. I'm a survivor of sexual abuse. And I'm not going to allow any man in any female private spaces.
Now, Speaker,
end of story. And by the way, I'm getting death threats from men pretending to be women. Why is it that these crazy people, the insanity, the radical left, are willing to kill women over a man's right to be in a women's restroom?
Speaker Johnson has said he wants to treat every new member with the words dignity and respect. Forcing this congressperson to go into a male restroom, is that dignity and respect?
Forcing women to share private spaces with men is not dignity and not respect. And I'm absolutely going to stand in the way of anyone who thinks it's okay for a man to be in our locker room, in our changing rooms, in our dressing rooms, in women's bathrooms. And in fact, if you agree with that, you're crazy.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah.
I love her.
Maybe why don't they just make a bathroom for just have an LGBTQ, take your balls out.
Yeah.
Put them on the counter. Let's have a transgender, lesbian, whatever that, go in there. Have your own. These people want to just go into girls' restrooms.
Right.
You have a penis, bro. You're a man.
And people have gotten raped because of this, too.
I know. One's enough.
Yeah.
Can I play devil's advocate?
Go ahead, 'cause I know you want to do it.
AOC did the best job at having a creative counter to this, but go ahead.
Go ahead.
I just sent Kelly the image because I think...
Oh, what?
No. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Like,
hey, yo.
There is a fine establishment, which I never been there. It's called Twin Peaks in the Fort Lauderdale area.
Yes.
Ask for Kendall.
Yes.
I think
Never been there, huh?
Never been there.
Never once.
Never been there. Brandon, he goes there a lot. I don't know about that place.
I've been there with both of you.
Yeah.
All right. But they solved this problem. They solved the sex relation problems in America.
Yeah.
When you go to the bathroom, and you can see it on screen there.
Let's see it.
This is a solution. All
Let's
right.
see it.
This is a solution.
Sit to pee, stand to pee.
That's it.
That's just layman's term. That is it.
Like, if you can stand to pee, you go to a standing pee one. If you can sit to pee, you go to a sitting pee one. That's it.
But don't some guys sit to pee?
Adam
like
told me
femboys,
recently
like
that
Easier.
I mean, it doesn't. It seems like they're saying like, which one do you prefer to?
No,
do?
it's not prefer. It's what you can do.
Okay,
all
that
right.
could be a technicality there.
All right.
I'm just saying,
No,
you have
it
to be
should- it should
careful.
be-
You have to be careful.
It should be the eggplant emoji and say born with an eggplant emoji, not born with an eggplant emoji.
I just think it's a ridiculous situation. But go ahead.
We're going to play just a couple of more videos. And what's funny about these is it actually really highlights why you would want to have these types of laws enforced in the first place, which obviously isn't the intention of the left. They want to criticize her. They want to intimidate her. But these videos are going to show why we even need this legislation in the first place.
Okay.
Hey guys, I am at the airport making my way back home to the Low Country in South Carolina. I just spoke at an event with a couple hundred people. Some trans lunatic tried to rush the stage and attack me. And he is just making the case for me that we don't want penises in women's spaces. F off. And I just had a woman come up to me and get in my face about it, and I told her to F right off. I'm not going to tolerate it, and I'm going to fight harder and bigger than ever before. I will be the giant you can't take out, and you can't bully me into submission.
I love her. All right, and we're just going to play one more really quick.
I love her. Oh my God. You know, wait, time out. Show this. You know that reminds me of Rob? You know the Silence of the Lambs? That guy looks like Silence of the Lambs when he tucks his penis like,
He puts the lotion in the basket.
puts the lotion in the basket. That's him.
I thought
My God. That's, all right, so Amy, what are we
leave
going to watch?
Britney
All
alone.
right. So, I mean, the last one kind of showed you, from her own testimony of why we would need these laws, but this is like first-hand, evidence of why these need to be
It's
in
a crazy
place.
dude that thinks he's a girl?
This is a trans
go ahead.
individual.
This video goes out to Congresswoman Nancy Mace.
Oh my God.
Congresswoman Nancy Mace, I hope that one day I do find you in that woman's bathroom and I grab your ratty looking fucking hair and drag your face down to the floor while I repeatedly bash it in until the blood's everywhere and you're dead. Thank you. I hope that Nancy Mace receives this message.
Pronouns are a demon self.
Kisses.
Okay,
For real.
Where's the
kisses?
Where's
Hold on, hold on.
That's
Is
how
he in
he
jail?
ended
Was he arrested?
Right.
Not that I'm aware.
See, that-
no,
that-
I mean, well, we don't have does that fall under hate crime?
100%.
Or?
It's
That's
a
a-
Congress
That's
member.
a death threat.
That's a
It's a
direct-
Congress member.
to a person in Congress in office.
You can't see that about the president, vice president,
Or
members of
anybody in
Congress,
Congress.
or members of the
Oh, I
Senate.
hope he gets locked
By
up.
law.
And
Oh,
we're
I
the
hope-
feminists too who are on the left. Like this whole thing is supposed to be about feminism and protecting women.
Transgenderism destroys it completely exposed feminism, and that's why you don't even hear feminists anymore. Because dudes came in and showed you that your whole movement is shit.
Yeah,
Well, what's
so-
actually really interesting about this, and Connor shared some of these notes with me, actually, shout out to Connor, is she is a feminist, actually. Did you know that? Nancy Mace considers herself a feminist, but
That
she
is
considers
I
herself
love
to
her,
be a
but that's
TERF,
stupid.
a trans exclusionary radical feminist.
That is
a couple of notes that Connor provided me that I think are just worth mentioning is she is not someone who typically toes the line of like gender norms. She was the first woman to ever graduate from Citadel, which prior to that was a purely male-only military college, I believe. And then the other thing is she also proudly supported gay marriage as well. So she's not the conventional spokesperson for, this type of discourse. However, one thing that it's really instigated is now other people within Congress are coming out and they're making their stances known. Example A, Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House. Let's go ahead and play what he had to say.
Hello, everybody. I just want to make a statement for all of you here and be very clear. I was asked a question this morning at the leadership gaggle, and I rejected the premise because the answer is so obvious. For anybody who doesn't know my well-established record on this issue, let me be unequivocally clear. A man is a man, and a woman is a woman. and a man cannot become a woman. That said, I also believe, that's what Scripture teaches, what I just said, but I also believe that we treat everybody with dignity. And so we can do and believe all those things at the same time. And I wanted to make that clear for everybody because there's lots of questions. But that's where I stand. I've stood there my whole life.
So here's my question.
Okay.
Okay.
Nothing clear and creative
No,
questions.
that's 0 point because he just said a man's a man, but a woman is a woman. The scriptures say it, but we have to treat people with dignity. So we got to kind of bow down to the woke mob and let men with penises go into girls' bathrooms. I disagree with that. That's such a soft-ass answer.
So whose side is he taking, though? Because he said he answered questions, but I have more questions after him saying that.
Yeah, he didn't answer nothing.
Many actions sometimes speak louder than words.
Sometimes words
They're
speak louder than actions
actions,
because
you know.
sometimes
But
the right thing
he's-
to do.
Come on, he's a clown. He's not known to be a stud. He had to get this on the record because they might vote favorably for the thing for what the last thing I read. So he doesn't want to be considered a bigot or transphobe.
Oh my
but at the same time, he knows we're coming.
Yeah.
What's the date, Rob?
Oh, January 20th.
I mean,
we're
he's
so back,
rolling
baby.
deep,
We're-
with Trump and like that entire. Honestly, I don't think that was him implying that he's in favor. I think he's just saying that we should keep the discourse like polite and respectful and not return fire with fire for all the people who are coming at her, calling her a transphobe and all of this stuff. But for me, I think that this is where the conversation gets a little bit more nuanced, right? Because you can't say that men who transition to female and want to go in women's bathrooms, you can't make a law for that, but then not equally apply it to women to male transitions as well, correct?
Yeah.
Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
So tell me this. What would you do? You are, taking your daughter to the bathroom. Would you bring her? I guess as a dad, would you bring your daughter into like the male?
How
You
old
bring
is
them into the male,
Yeah,
right?
instead of laying them in the
Okay. So that's a poor example then. How would you feel if your daughter was using the female bathroom and then this person walked in? Kelly, could we please pull up this image?
Wait, this guy walked in?
Hey, that's
Yes.
Buck Angel. I'll have you know.
That is Buck Angel. And now Buck Angel, interestingly enough, has actually done a lot of good, I think, for the trans community. They advocate against children transitioning, against this is a woman, yes.
That's a
Yes.
chick?
This
He has
is
a
one
vagina.
of this is one of the very first
Congratulations,
female to
dude.
male successful transitions. He's kind of known as like the tramper is what he calls himself of the transgender movement. Now, a lot of people now from that community absolutely hate Buck. They hate people like Blair White who are advocating for more common sense policies. But if we're saying that, men cannot ever go into the women's bathroom, then it needs to be vice versa. And if this person cannot use the male bathroom, that leaves one left, the female bathroom. And most people wouldn't be comfortable with their kids being in the bathroom with that person either. Even though
because this person was born a woman, he would
have to use the female bathroom.
Yeah.
And people would be
Looking
equally
like that.
uncomfortable with
think
their
it's
kids
fine.
being. So I just think that this is a little bit more nuanced than what people are making it out to be.
Well, that's what AOC said. She said that it's like a dangerous situation because you're creating a situation where you have to like check people at the door to see what their gender is. But I mean, I don't know if it gets to that, then like you could check IDs. But I don't know, maybe we just have individual bathrooms instead of like common use bathrooms. If it
Yeah.
gets to that point.
I was gonna
Unisex bathrooms, right?
I was
Just
gonna
like
get there.
single stall bathrooms, like like the one person is capable of using to have like 10 of those instead of one big bathroom.
And let me tell you something. Like, I travel all over the world, over 40 countries, and two things are worse here in America. One, Coca-Cola. We assess that. And bathroom stalls in this country. What's going on? Like,
Are we
I've been to
savages?
third world countries, and their bathroom stall game is much better. I don't know why they make them knee high, because when you're sitting down, you see that.
It's horrible.
There's gaps everywhere.
And
whatever.
the space in between the door too, you can basically see the
Space
person.
between the door, you can basically see the other person. We should get bathroom stall technology better, and then just put a roll of them, like all of them.
what I'm saying.
You do whatever you want. Just walk in, close the thing. They never closed either. Why are all
Yeah,
the locks are
there's no handle
broken?
on it.
I think
All
there's
right.
also nothing wrong with just creating like unisex bathrooms as well.
Long
And
one.
it's like all trans people are mandated to go in there, but then also if you just want to use that one because maybe there's less of a line.
Like, if I have
it's
to go, I'm
unisex,
gonna
so
go.
anyone can use them.
How about this?
That to me is the most common sense
If you
solution.
have listen, you could dress up and play Halloween all freaking year. I don't give a damn. But if you have a penis and testicles hanging from your crotch, it should be illegal for you to enter the women's bathroom.
Yeah.
However, if you're a dude, born a dude, and you lopped everything off and you're not a threat, and now you have boobs and you're changing your voice, go for it. Go for it because you have nothing there that you can freaking assault a woman with. Okay, but the fact that guys. We are literally, and I know you're going to go there, Brandon, and I know you're not done yet, Amy. We're literally on the brink of World War III, nuclear war with Russia. The border's wide open. We just saw Laken Riley's killer just got life without parole for beating her to death, beating her skull, and raping her. That's what's happening in this country. And in Congress, we're talking about a dude that's one of the main topics, is a dude that wants to be in the girls' bathroom. That's where we are as a nation.
It's like
that's top news.
Matter
like
of fact,
idiocracy. It's
It is.
literally
let's
retarded.
solve this. I'm willing to pay out of my own money a porta potty for the member of Congress. Like I will pay for it myself.
Yeah, dude,
and we'll
piss
put
in
it
and go
outside,
home.
and let's worry about World War
The
III.
tranny
That's
potty?
it.
The
I
tranny
do-
potty?
I do it immediately.
Go ahead, Amy, before
Okay.
I'm going to punch
No,
you.
I mean I'm basically done. So based on your logic, then would you be comfortable with someone like a niece, nephew, someone younger being in the bathroom?
No.
If you didn't know, because I personally think the Buck's a good person from what I've seen, so I wouldn't be worried because I know them as a person.
Yes,
but
yeah, I
based
don't
off
know.
the look,
I'd be shocked. I'd be
based off
shocked,
the
and
look,
I'd ask
would
in
you
that
be
moment.
very uncomfortable?
I'd be
with
very
that?
uncomfortable, and I'd ask questions.
Yeah.
I'd have to be like, yo, what's happening? Why are you in here?
Right,
And then he's
right.
like, Google me, I have a vagina. Whatever. I don't know.
That's it. Okay,
Google
go
me, I have a
ahead.
vagine.
No, but
I don't know what
even
the
them
hell's going
seeing that, like a 5-year-old should not see that in a woman's bathroom.
Yeah.
And have to be explained to, like, yeah, that used to be a
Exactly.
girl, because that's detrimental to your mind. I don't
That's
care what anybody
that's
says.
the point that I was trying to
Yeah,
make as
like
well.
no child should be exposed to this whole
But
crazy
then
world.
again, I bring it all the time. We're blowing up this problem out of proportion. There's 0.03% naturally occurring of the population. Like the chances that your 5-year-old daughter meets a guy like this in the bathroom, you ask the question, it's blown over. It's going to happen 1 out of a million times you're going to go to the bathroom. We can live with that. It's fine. If it's 1 out of a million, what are the chances?
I mean, has anybody ever been sexually assaulted in the bathroom by a
Yes.
guy?
Yes.
That's one too many for me.
Yeah.
I am a zero tolerant person.
No,
That's
no,
why
but
I'm.
talking about not a guy.
What do you mean?
A lady that looks like a guy.
A lady that looks like a guy going into the men's bathroom?
Not going to a woman's bathroom.
Like this guy. Bro,
That's
what-
bad.
What are the
You're
chances?
just asking for trouble. Because nobody, bro, like you
it's such
said,
a-
if my daughter's in there, if I let my 2 daughters go in there and that's in there, I'm going to run in there and be like, whoa, what the hell's going on? That's going to cause a problem.
Exactly.
Go to the men's bath. Why can't he just go to the men's bathroom?
Because then we wouldn't allow the guys.
He's already in the class. He already went for the
See,
gusto.
this is what I mean. It's nuanced. It is complicated,
it's simple.
guys. It is a
It's simple, though,
complicated issue.
because there's a threat to women when somebody who's stronger than them is in a confined, vulnerable space to them. There's not a threat to guys when girls who look like a guy are in the guy's bathroom. Like, there's zero threat to the guy, but there's a ton of threat to the girl.
But so are they going to apply the legislation not equally then? Like that? Could they even legally do that and apply that regulation to one gender and not the
I think
other?
they could make any law they want, but I think that
Rob,
would be fair.
Rob, jump in here.
Not to defend Buck Angel, but I would like to at least he expressed that when he transitioned from female to male, he can no longer access women's spaces, including restrooms. He said, when I transitioned, I lost every right I had to women's spaces, and that's what a transsexual should understand.
Hey,
so
Amy,
he's-
you might as well talk about his occupation. Just Google his name.
God.
Oh
He's a porn star.
he's a porn
What?
star.
How do you think I knew when she pulled up the photo and she didn't say the name and I knew?
What the hell is going on
He
right now?
literally started his like own genre apparently because he was like the
why
first.
do you
I don't
Yeah.
want that. Hold on, wait a minute.
I'm clipping you. I'm
Rob,
clipping
what
you.
do you mean you knew him from porn? What the hell is happening
I
right
worked
now?
for a guy named Bubba the Love Sponge in Tampa.
Bubba the Love-
And we had
getting
Buck
worse.
Angel as a guest on the show, and they got into a very big fight. So I knew, as soon as she pulled up the photo, I'm like, oh, Buck Angel. But I didn't realize that when we put the trans porn thing together, I went, oh, it makes it sound like I watch trans porn.
Yeah, it
I
did.
do not watch trans porn. I just booked that as a guest.
Rob.
on.
Okay.
You're
I
so
just
funny.
played
Got it.
myself. Sorry, Astros. I didn't want to do
I can't wait to make a compilation of all of the like gay
Rob
chut
slip-ups.
things that Rob says.
Of course I know.
I'm an ally, okay?
Anyway, that's it. Thanks for
Oh, well, I
listening.
mean, great freaking story.
Compelling and rich.
It just drives me crazy with the amount of crap that's happening in the world.
And that's a good point, Vinny, but also at the same time, it's like the precedent needs to start somewhere. So it's cool that it's coming from Capitol Hill, where this is now setting a precedent where
Guys,
any...
wait, say that again?
I was just he's saying it's ridiculous with all this other stuff going on in the world, and I do agree with you to a large extent, but also by that same token, it's setting a precedent for all other safe female spaces everywhere. So while I do think the conversation is nuanced, like with that little scuffle that we just got into, whatever the heck that just was, you know, it is a little bit more nuanced than we would think, but I think this is a good thing because it's setting a precedent for female spaces everywhere. And sometimes that needs to start at the top. It needs to start in places like Capitol Hill.
Yeah, no, I agree. So if you like this clip, click right here. And if you want to see more like it, click right here. Stay angry, Patriots.